You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
The following broadcast is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast is not affiliated, nor do our opinions reflect those of WWE, NXT, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, or any other professional wrestling promotion.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Marked Out Wrestling Podcast presents Brian.
Do you think I'll ever find the right woman?
Oh, God. Yes, man. Come on, dude. You're great.
Golda.
Rub Vaseline all over your hiney and tell you that it's special and different from everyone else's.
And Roadie Rob.
Shit! What are you fucking both doing? Good Lord!
This is the Weekly Takedown.
Nobody cares! Nobody cares!
Oh, poor guy.
Oh my God.
Noah.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Hey guys. Welcome. It is episode 154 of the motherfucking Takedown on the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast Network of things. Hello, my name is Brian. I am your host, and as always, we are joined by Mr. Golda. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderfully tired today, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. And we have hey, Roadie Rob. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to correct all the shit that Adam left on my board. It's really bad. So if the levels fluctuate, I'm trying to clean his shit up. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
It's always clean up after a Big City Adam, right?
Well, I realized that everything was really, really hot, and then I noticed that like one of the knobs that's all the way up to the top that should not be was there. So
gotcha.
Adam. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get into. Obviously, we're going to cover. We're also going to give our grades for Takeover Chicago that happened over this weekend, which was. I don't know. I guess. I know you guys have your own opinions. I have my own. We'll get into it later on, and we'll also cover obviously the NXT episode that happened. That was aired last night, but was it was the tape matches from NXT Takeover Chicago.
Yes.
So before we get into that, let's introduce the board. Which one of you jokers wants to take it over?
Well, I see we got John Dans Jr. We're going to call him JJ.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to call you JJ. JJ and Noah's there. They've been having an interesting conversation. We've got John Estrada. And what's up, Estrada? And that's it. No JVL Shadow as of yet.
No
guys.
JVL Shadow? He's my biggest fan.
You know why?
I know.
You know why they're not here yet?
Why?
Because we started fucking on time. If you just start when I'm ready, okay? Maybe these guys will come in and they'll just kind of mosey on into the show, just like I do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Fuck off.
Okay.
All right. Let's do some housekeeping.
Shit, man.
Wait.
Shit, man.
Wait, hold on,
is he
hold on.
here?
I think I see. Oh, there he is.
Meet Bitch Brian.
Hey,
There
Yorkie.
you go.
What's
Yorkie
up, man?
is here. All right. Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
I come in anyway.
Welcome to Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, and here are your housekeeping notes. Please listen and watch us as we expand our content for you, the Marked Out universe. Monday Night Rawsome, Tuesday Night SmackDown, Thursday NXT Takedown, Bob vs. the World, The Weekly Squash, The Power Slam Dance Show with Brian and Golda. Our heavy-handed heavies will discuss and interview indie talent throughout the country, coast to coast. You can join the conversation on Twitter at SmartMarkShow or call the fan line 704-444-0084 during the show, or you can leave a message for our next one. Visit markedOutWrestling.com for all other social media platforms. We are excited to announce that Marked Out Wrestling has now joined the Bubba Radio Army. Visit BubbaArmyRadio.com for listings. Get connected. Get connected. Get connected. Get connected.
Oh my God!
I said no.
Okay, I clean.
No, get out of here.
I stick finger in your mouth. Housekeeping.
Okay.
Okay.
Fork.
Fork you, buddy.
Yes, Rob tried hitting me with a newspaper.
Are we doing dirt sheets? I'm sorry.
Dirt sheets? No, we're actually, Rob, you know what? We're not doing dirt sheets.
Did I do it right?
No,
we're doing bullet points.
Thank you, Golda.
But
damn it.
But yes, we are doing those things.
Rather than trying to murder me with your production notes, why don't you try reading them?
You're right. And I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. You are forgiven as always. Golda, can you please take it away with some bullet points for us?
Sure. I just got 3 quick hitters for us. First off, both Renee Young. I forgot her name for a second there. She's pretty.
That's okay. She is. Yeah, she's blind.
Renee Young and Lita are both being considered to join the announced team for the Mae Young Women's Classic.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they mean together or one or the other. I'm not sure.
I would be curious to hear Renee on the on commentary. That would be.
Didn't she do it for one of the older shows, like not Main Event, but one of those, like
a few years ago? She did. Yeah.
Like maybe like an old edition of the tape SmackDown.
Or no, I don't think it was SmackDown, and it was one of those.
Velocity.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was like Velocity,
it was like Main Event. I want to say she did.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. It would be good to see Lita back on TV. I think she did a great job when she was on the pay-per-view pre-show panels.
Yes,
I concur.
And she's nice to look at, so that
sure.
always helps.
Yes.
So we're keeping this medium brow.
Medium brow. We can go medium brow.
Medium brow.
Medium brow.
I like medium brow.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Also, let's see. Alexa Bliss, Emma, and Nia Jax will be facing Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Asuka at the June 30th WWE live show in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's no consequence to that after the fact, but they always stack the card for the Japanese shows.
Right, because, what's his face? Jericho's been announced for those.
Right.
Even though he had a statement today saying that if he never wrestled again, he'd be happy.
Right, and JJ confirms real quick that Renee Young was an NXT commentator.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at JJ being useful already. I like him.
Bringing facts to the group. I love it.
Okay, so let's just let me break it down here because he said we could. I want to share this. We were laughing our asses off before the show started, like during the intro, because JJ gets on the board for the first time live, and he's excited about that. And Noah has this, and I'm sure he's listened before, so Noah has this thing where he asks all the new people, who would you shag, right, on the roster? And before Noah says anything, JJ comes out with, don't ask me the question, Noah, I'm gay. So we're all laughing our ass off, right?
Put him in his place.
Shut him down.
Yep.
So then Noah, of course, well, what guy would you shag? And
such a 12-year-old.
Oh, I know. So JJ obliged him, and then they moved on. But it was just such a beautiful opening segment of our chat board.
It did. It set the tone for the show, I believe.
That might have been the best one I've ever been a part of.
That was
sure.
pretty good.
That was good. Okay.
What else, Golda?
And I guess this might be the big one. YouTube recently has changed their ad preferences and way they classify certain videos.
I was considering doing a Roadie's rant on this. Go ahead.
And the wrestling has been considered, what would they call it?
Inappropriate content? Or?
Yeah, inappropriate content. It has a special classification under restricted, so that you cannot monetize a single wrestling video. Even WWE videos, you cannot monetize any of those.
I don't understand where the logic would. I can't even see, in most things, I can see the other side of the argument. Like,
sure.
Even if I don't agree with it, I can understand what they're trying to say. In this case, I have no idea what the other side of the argument is. And all I can think, Golda, is it's people that don't know what wrestling is.
Yep. So today I saw a petition. I signed it. I shared it on my wall. Roadie signed it. He shared it to the marked out page.
Yeah.
And there's already like 15,000 signatures. It's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
And it was sponsored by Heelbook, which is one of the biggest Facebook sites pages for wrestling.
Yeah.
So, and What Culture Professional, they have their own WCPW brand.
Yeah. And
they canceled 4 of their upcoming TV tapings because they have no money from their previous big matches that they splurged. They splurged. It was Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio.
$1 million, and they made, I think they said they made $49. $43 in ad
revenue. A million views, and they made $43.
Look, let me say that if anybody from YouTube out there happens to listen to this, which you probably won't, but if you happen maybe. Look, professional wrestling is one of the last great American theaters, right? It is athletes that are stuntmen that are actors, and they tell stories, but they do it with a physicality type style of performance. Everything, there's pageantry. It's no different than a lot of other TV shows might be. But while you sit here and you let like Cash Me Outside chick get all this fucking fame and YouTube glory and everything, and all she is a stupid little 13-year-old who needs to get her ass whooped by her mom, she's not bad or what's the word? It's something content restricted content or whatever. No, she's glorified as some YouTube sensation because she's a troubled child that needs to get her ass whooped. But yet we're talking about a very popular worldwide attraction that you can call it a sport if you want, or you can call it drama, or you can call it theater, whatever you want to call it. But it is not. It's not. The violence is only to the level of how a watcher wants it to be. I'm sorry. It pisses me off.
They're calling it non-advertiser friendly.
Yeah. Why is it not? There's millions and millions of fans around the world, and the media market for professional wrestling is YouTube. I mean, that's our media market. YouTube and podcasts are the media market of professional wrestling. Period. End of story. There's nobody else.
I mean, I just don't know how they're even gonna. How are they even gonna put these shows on now without having any kind of where else? If they don't do YouTube, it's not like they could just go sign a TV deal or anything like that. I mean, that just means that they're gonna be kaput. Right.
From the actual petition itself, that the changes came on the heels of a potentially big advertisers boycott of YouTube, as many advertisers learned their ads were running in videos that contained and featured several forms of hate speech, among other inappropriate content.
Hate speech.
So what the fuck does that have to do with us?
And nothing. Everybody knows that professional wrestling is scripted, that the matches, they're scripted, they go over it ahead of time.
Sure, yeah.
All that.
Kayfabe, brother.
But honestly, they're all athletes. They have to train for years to be able to do this fake stuff, quote unquote.
Right, and the only thing you can get close to having hate speech is maybe when they stereotype a gimmick of somebody who's a black guy or an Indian guy, and they put them in that stereotype role. But even then, it's just something that kind of annoys some people. But it still works within, like a TV show would do the same thing. I just don't understand it.
Maybe they watched one of my matches from 2007.
That might be what it is. You fucked it for everybody.
I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I really
YouTube.
don't think that Vince McMahon is going to let that slide.
No, I mean, they have all their shows. Isn't not Main Event, that's on Hulu, but I mean, they have a lot of their content that goes on YouTube. I mean, with all the YouTube shows that they have, what about, fucking Z True Hollywood Story or whatever the hell that is? I mean, that's a wrestling show.
Right. I mean, the WWE is one of the most subscribed pages on YouTube.
Sure.
Okay.
What's up?
Hold on. I'm trying to find something real quick.
What are you looking for?
I want to do something for you guys.
Let's do it.
It might take me a second, so keep talking.
Okay.
About this.
Did you kill any flies? Oh, about this.
Yeah.
Oh, keep talking about this.
Yeah,
I mean, I really
alert from Microsoft.
What the fuck?
Your computer has alerted us that it is infected.
All right, so that didn't work. What the fuck?
All right, Rody's over here downloading viruses. All right.
No, it's not even. It's
a pop-up.
It's a dumb fucking page. It comes up.
Are you downloading porn on?
I'm not doing porn. I'm not. I was trying to help somebody out. I'm going to edit all this out of the podcast thing.
Why? This is great.
Okay, well, we won't.
I mean, it's only like a minute. I mean, what's...
Not even.
God damn this computer.
So that match that, Rob, you were talking about, that was between Alberto El Patron and Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
All right. Now,
and they blew their wad on that match.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for them to just get $43, I mean, there is absolutely no chance that they can keep names that aren't signed over to WWE and keep crikey.
And then that's not counting all, like, the not quite as famous, but still somewhat expensive guys that they have on the roster that go to those shows. Like Cody Rhodes goes to every couple shows. A lot of the Progress guys, they're on the shows. They can't be cheap anymore.
He's got the biggest. Well, I was trying to get some background music.
Did you get it?
No, I couldn't find it. I was going to do something for Hitman. To take your fingers, put them upon your mouse, and tap into your keypad the place that you would find Marked Out Wrestling on the Facebook. Find our link. Our link to the petition. Put your name and your reason on the petition, boys and girls. Help to save this growing industry of Mark Media. Do not let us down, brothers and sisters, or the damn devil will strike you down. Amen.
Amen.
That's all I had.
To the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was,
I got nothing.
All of that.
That was extra.
Well, go to the YouTube, not YouTube page. Go to our Facebook page and sign the petition.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flies in here.
But yeah, if you don't know how to get to our Facebook page, if you just go to Google and type Heel Book petition, it's the very first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
It says petition Google Inc. because apparently Google owns YouTube. So
It's true. All right, so that brings us to our Big Five, which this edition is going to be more of a reaction and our grades for NXT TakeOver Chicago that happened last Saturday. So on the board, if you guys can get all your grades too, we're going to go match by match and kind of dissect it all and just kind of see your reaction, I guess, right? I mean, it's in the fucking title, so Jesus. I kind of want to Mr. Miyagi it. Do you got any fucking chopsticks anywhere?
No, we got flies everywhere in
where's
here.
Roderick Strong when you need him?
What does that mean?
He'd catch it out of midair.
Oh, that's true. Right. Speaking of Roderick Strong, let's get to number one.
Shouldn't we grade the whole pay-per-view first?
Oh.
Or do that last?
Well, this was a big debate.
This is your show.
No, let's do it. Let's do it first. Let's do it first.
Okay.
That's what we did, I think, on Tuesday.
So
right?
we're not going to discuss it as a whole. We're just going to give it a quick grade and
We'll
then
give
go into the matches.
We'll give the grade and then we'll get into the matches.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather save the actual discussion for the topic.
Let's get to it, boys.
Okay. So
Listen here, motherfucker.
yeah, right. This guy's drinking coffee and smashing flies.
Anyways, I give the show an A.
An A.
Hey, I wouldn't give it an A plus because I feel like the title match was not up to par. Neither was the women's match. But they were also missing Ember Moon out of that one.
But don't you think they kind of planned for that though? I mean, if they
you're getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, no. We'll go later. I'm just saying.
Okay.
No matter what, they could have did better with that match.
Fair enough.
And I give it an A. It would have been lower if the UK match wasn't.
Quit,
Yeah.
Golda.
I stopped myself.
You're blowing your wad, brother. Stop
just-
shooting it
that
all
was-
over us.
That was earlier.
All right. Oh Jesus.
Mr. Roadie, your turn.
Yeah, you go.
B.
B.
And without giving any of the shit away like Golda does, I say B because there was no emotional connection to this pay-per-view. There was no build-up that had me emotionally connected to any of the matches. But the pay-per-view and the matches itself it held its own. So a B.
Okay.
Yeah.
B. And for myself personally, I'm gonna go. You know what? I give it a solid B as well. I would say B plus, but I don't do the whole plus minus thing. It's just A, B, C, D, E. No, I guess not an E.
A, B,
F.
C, D, E, fuck you.
Yes. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You do what you want, I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about it?
Cool. So B for me. On the board, what do you guys see? Anything?
They're all doing B's. JJ says I give it an A, but I'm biased. Why? I want to know why you're biased.
Yeah. What does that mean, JJ?
What does that mean?
I guess we'll find out in 30 seconds when they catch up to us.
That's true.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do you want to get into? Let's get into the first match. So we'll do. Do we do sound effects? Do you want to do some sound effects?
He's biased. I bet he lives in the UK. That's why.
Is that what it is?
I bet you that's why.
Okay, we'll see. See sound effects for the first match. Let me find one.
We can't move on until we have.
Okay,
it.
first match. Wait, damn it. Headed down. Wait, stop. All right. There you go. Go ahead.
That wasn't it. That's not the one I was looking for. But what the fuck is that?
No, I don't
now
know.
you're like Adam. You're just fucking pressing buttons.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
That's
Match,
right.
the opening match of the card, we had Roderick Strong defeated Eric Young. And this was a carryover match from the ones that we've had for the past few months now. But this kind of seems like, I hope that this is the culmination of this feud and that Roddy can move on, and so can Sanity as well. Actually, you know what? I want to go to you guys first. Rob, are you done killing flies?
Yeah.
Can you take a break?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh,
nope.
okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay. Yes, you go first.
So he's swatting flies over the place. This match, I'm giving this match a B plus.
B plus?
It was far better than what I expected, and I'm glad that Roderick Strong came out with the win. I really honestly didn't think so, but they figured out a way to make it work.
Yeah, and I mean they definitely had Sanity's presence on the outside of the ring. I mean they were definitely there. Roddy had to go. He'd be in the match and then quickly go outside and take care of one of them, or they they'd get the upper hand on him. They were very involved in this match. I was actually surprised that the ref didn't throw them out. I thought he was going to at one point.
I thought that this match was first off, there was nothing to connect me to it. Like I said earlier, emotional connection. There was no build up to this. This was not part of the Ty Dillinger thing. This was just a random attack on him and his little "I want sanity."
But I mean that's kind of what it was based off of. I mean that's where it stems from.
But it happened like the last minute of the show before Takeover. I mean, there was no build up to this at all. And then so the match itself, fine. If you're an indie fan and you like matches with no storyline attached to it, then it was a good match. I enjoyed the match as a wrestling match itself. Right, it's told its little story. It was fine. It was a good match. A+ on match itself.
Well, you can say that for the card,
right? But when I say emotional connection, I didn't give two shits about who won this one way or another. It didn't matter to me. And just to go off of tonight, when they did the little interview with Roddy, and he's like, you talk about my wife and you talk about my kid, all that stuff. No one, I never saw anything about anybody talking about anybody's wife or kid. I never saw anything about that. So if they're playing that into the story, when the fuck did that happen?
That one promo he had outside
the quick one where Nikki Cross was when she was on Alexander Wolf's back.
Okay,
remember that? And
he just mentioned his wife and son. He didn't actually say he was going to hurt him or anything. He just mentioned him in the promo.
What he said was he mentioned that he was that he was calling Roderick Strong crazy for actually challenging a match with them after he just had a kid and he has his wife, right? Wife, girlfriend, are they married yet?
Fiance,
okay.
Fiance.
So he's got his his fiance and his newly born son. He's crazy for calling us out for a match.
Yeah,
I think, but like you said, I think that's really the extent of it.
Right.
So
yeah, I think we're having too much conversation about it personally.
True, yeah.
There was a couple things I want to bring up. Did you guys notice the referee mistake? When Big Dame went to go hit Roderick on the outside, the referee was still looking at Roderick, but hadn't quite turned his head.
Yeah, they kind of covered it up, trying to say that he was still looking at Young.
He noticed that they didn't cut back to that exact camera angle again because they knew it was fucked up, and he didn't do the sick kick. He won with a double knee backbreaker that he, I guess, sort of stole from Cedric Alexander.
Stole.
He used to do a gut buster. Now it's a backbreaker.
Well, he's the messiah of the backbreaker. He does various versions of it, and they're all destructive.
But it was no sick kicks. Do you think that they took it from him to give to?
Well, maybe you know what exactly.
Yeah, our fan marks on the board they're saying he's boring, but he's really good in the ring, and kind of all the things that we always say.
Right, exactly.
Roderick Strong is a wonderful in-ring technician. He really is. It's almost top notch, right? But he is just boring. I'm sorry, he is boring. If he's not outside of the ropes, he's fucking lame.
Well, I think that's kind of why they probably put this match in first match of the card too, just because of how Roddy wrestles, and he's not really, he's not really all that character driven. He's more of just an in-ring worker, get in, get out, and that's it. So for that to be the first match, I think it definitely did its job. And
he was massively over.
Oh, totally. The crowd was way behind him. And like I said, I just hope that this is the end of Sanity and him, and that they can kind of go their separate ways and start something fresh, because this is kind of getting, it's been going on for a while.
Right.
Like this segment.
Okay.
Number 2.
Oh, I got to do another sound effect?
You just pick anyone.
What's the next match?
Next match was actually, this is out of order, but it was Asuka.
No,
it was Pete Dunne.
Which one are we going to talk about next?
UK title match.
Yeah, the UK title. Okay, I was right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we had the chat.
Sorry.
You are pretty much like Adam.
No. You watch your mouth.
We had our UK championship match. We had Pete Dunne challenging Tyler Bate, and I mean, guys, this match fucking talk about stealing the card. This was it. I mean, this had everything.
This stole the year.
Yes.
Maybe.
This is the match of the year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of time left, and I'm hoping that it's one of these guys, but they both, absolutely tore it down.
Look, Tyler Bate still to me is a little no-sell.
I hate that you guys said that's just the style, though, and I'm not defending it, but
yeah,
that's just kind of how it is.
A style is one thing, Golda, but Brian, either one of you, style.
Oh, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, style is one thing, but I mean, there's still the fundamentals to professional wrestling, and a sell is a fundamental thing. I don't care if you're a striker or a grappler or a technician or whatever the fucking term may be, high flyer, diver, flippity floppity. You have to sell.
Yeah, Dunne sells his ass off. He's a pretty strong style wrestler.
I don't get that. Bate wasn't selling, though. I don't know where you're not.
He doesn't sell as much as we would like.
He doesn't sell as long as he should. As I'm saying, he'll sell a move in the immediate, like right in that moment, he'll sell it, and then 3 minutes later, it's like it never happened to him.
Okay,
especially the way that Pete Dunne was like working his fingers over, stomping him on the outside. Like he should have been the whole match like doing this with his hands.
He was though.
I did see him one time kind of grab his fist and go.
That was after when both guys were on the ground, when they were both on their knees and they were just throwing punches at each other.
Look, I'm not hating. I'm not hating on the kid. I'm criticizing.
Sure.
From a place of love.
Of course.
I think everything else about him is fantastic, minus his music. That's just too much. I can't go there.
Who, Bates?
Yeah, Bates.
It's a little ridiculous, but at this point, I've kind of come to love it.
It sounds 80s sitcom-y-ish.
But here's the deal. He's 19 years old. He could wrestle for another 30 years. And who knows where he's at. I mean, if he's this good now, he still can learn how to sell, learn how to do the psychology of the ring. 30 years from now, he could look back and go, I was the first ever UK champion, and now I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Right.
Very true.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so let's get into some match grades then.
A+.
A+.
Oh,
yeah. Is it even worth?
I mean, I have A+++++++.
Same over here, but
Like-
Golda, let's hear it.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a Dave Meltzer 6.
Okay. Oh, Dave Meltzer 6.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I like this better than the Okada Kenny Omega match. Because
Really?
I felt like that one was just a spot fest last 25 minutes.
Sure.
They were just doing high spot, high spot, high spot. This was a straight technical masterpiece.
It was a slow burn,
Yes.
and then it went off the
Right.
rails.
A lot
at
of
the end.
great false finishes.
Yeah, like I love JR on commentary. He brings a lot more out of Nigel than fuck your face Tom Phillips does. And I think that really helps to lend towards how good the match was.
Right.
Did they give a reasoning why they brought JR out? Except for the fact that I guess they wanted to make it sound like it was a more bigger match.
He's doing a commentary for the UK show.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Nigel.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And see, that was great. All of Dunne's moves that we haven't really seen before that he did, like he did the X-Plex with the release German suplex. He did it on the apron on Tyler Bate. That was nice, dude. Bate he had a moonsault into a stalling German suplex. That might have been the most gorgeous thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
the airplane spin. I mean, he spun like fast as fuck for like 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would have died. He kept going.
Again, my only criticism about that match is it looked like if the match ended that fucking Baton could just go jump on a treadmill and do 30 minutes there. I mean, he wasn't as winded as...
I mean, yeah, look at his fucking quads, man. He has thighs as big as 3 of my heads.
It's true.
That's some heads.
Yeah, he does not skip leg
thighs.
day. He does not skip leg day.
No.
But no, match of the year, though. Absolutely.
Yeah, so A+ all around for us. On the board, I mean, all the guys are saying the same thing. Let's see, John Estrada, UK match was an A+. Was missing a bit of element, like Rob was saying, the selling part. Dunne made himself look more fatigued than Bate ever did. I guess, I could see that argument.
Yeah.
That he definitely looked like you said, he could keep going, whereas Dunne was kind of looked like he was beat up and kind of...
Yeah, if you imagine like an old Ric Flair, one of them hour-long Iron Man matches, and at the end of it, if Rick just stood up like, whoa, that was fun, let's do some more, you know? No, you need to be dead after that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just saying, A+ match all around. Anything else that we can...
I have one point.
Yeah.
Do you think with these two and the quality match, they've put on 2 high-quality matches so far, could you see them being the next Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, where they just have quality matches for fucking 10 years?
No, I think you're saying that, and I understand why you're saying that, but you're saying that because those are the 2 guys that have been highlighted to us since the UK kind of invasion.
There's still Trent Seven, too. I think he's one of the guys that they're kind of high on.
There's still a whole roster of guys that were in that tournament, and I'm sure they all blend together just as well as these 2 did.
Right.
You know, I don't think Bates is in any way the top of that bunch. I don't even think Dunne is necessarily the top of that bunch. They're just the 2 that we have seen.
Right. So, because the reason I said that is because the crowd kept chanting "Fight Forever," and that's what they always chanted for Owens and Generico or Zayn or whatever you want to call it.
You know what? If there's a hierarchy to chants, that's the world title.
Yes.
Yeah?
Because that means they want to see you wrestle every day of your fucking life.
Yeah, This Is Awesome is kind of overused like the IC belt.
Yes.
You know?
Can I bring up something, a question, and we don't have to really dwell on it that much, but I was thinking about it while I was watching this match. Do you think that this kind of strong style wrestling that that we're kind of now seeing in WWE, do you think that it can kind of get almost as saturated almost as hardcore wrestling did back in the early, the late 90s?
I do. Look,
because right now it's new to us, or new to and when I say us, I mean the WWE audience and more, I guess, the United States.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think right now it's awesome, it's great, it's something new, but I just feel like at some point it's just kind of going to become the same thing.
I think it's the dubstep of professional wrestling. When it first came out, everybody's all into it. Every artist wanted to add dubstep to their songs, and it was all over the fucking place. And now it's here, it's there, but it's not as apparent as it used to be. I think strong style is a fun change from what we've been kind of accustomed to. But like everything, it's going to eventually cycle where people are going to want to see more of the traditional in-ring. I don't think it'll ever go away. I just think
me either.
Right now, it's the hot stuff.
Right. I asked Rob this when we were watching Raw on Monday. I'll bring it to the board since this is about this match. When do you guys think they should have the rematch for the UK title for these two?
SummerSlam.
Yeah, stretch it out. Why not?
Yeah, not the NXT SummerSlam.
No,
like
SummerSlam.
Oh, like at the actual card.
SummerSlam. Those two prove that they can go with a bigger crowd.
I guess you could do that. I mean, they do that with can do it with the cruiserweight title, right? I mean, they're gonna have a cruiserweight match at SummerSlam. It's a cross promotion.
Sure.
Yeah, because that crowd was hot the entire match. I mean, they were on fire. Hot
yeah, but I mean, they could do it at Takeover. They're gonna have Takeover Takeover Brooklyn.
I think that the reception they got with this match and Trips in the back and everybody, they are gonna see money in that, and they're gonna put that on the bigger show.
I think that match said it's time to remove the UK brand from NXT. It's time to either let them stand on their own, and when you want to do a showcase, put them on the main roster. You don't need them in NXT anymore. You just don't. It's taking up room for the guys developing, and there's other people that could be put there. And NXT is a testing ground where you tested the UK brand and it worked.
Well, have they? I'm trying to think, and you guys help me. Have they had a match, a UK title match on? They haven't had it on Raw or SmackDown. No, right?
No,
it stayed far away. So I don't know.
Only on NXT. That's it.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool if it were on the regular card at SummerSlam. I don't know. Personally, I see it more as on the Takeover Brooklyn one.
John Estrada, BT, about strong style saturation. I think in this age, everything gets old fast. People are complaining about dives. People complain about strong style. It's a fad right now. I don't know if in today's age everything goes by, it gets old fast. I think it's always been that way. Now with social media, you see it more, right?
Well, maybe now we won't because of YouTube and wrestling. And
well, let's not bring that back up because then I'm gonna get all preachy, brother.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hail.
I feel like the little guy from the Squidbillies. Come here, Early. Hallelujah. Give me some money.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. AOP?
No, we're gonna save that one.
Okay.
This is out of order. Let's get to Asuka.
Asuka. Let's see. Here's one.
I was confused by it.
There you go.
There we go.
That's perfect.
Very good. Very good.
That is perfect.
We had Asuka, the champion. She defeated challengers Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross in a triple threat that was obviously supposed to be a four-way match with our Ember Moon with her bum-out shoulder. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Can you see her promo?
Last night? Yes, I did. Golda, do you have any thoughts about her promo?
It was better than her normal promos, but it wasn't as good as the WrestleMania. Post-WrestleMania
no, not
promo.
nearly.
But that was more of a produced package.
Sure.
Whereas this was just here's your lines, sit down in this fucking chair, and we're gonna talk to you.
Right.
And you're gonna just talk to the camera for a minute.
Right.
About how sad you are and you're missing Takeover and blah 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 blah.
Right. But the match itself at Takeover.
The
your
match,
thoughts?
I felt like they had three ladies that could have tore the house down, and they came up lame. Nikki Cross impressed me a little bit. Asuka's Asuka, and Ruby Riott.
I don't think she belongs there yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they've elevated her this quickly.
That was just because her and Nikki Cross would have a program. So a lot of the four-way was going to be them probably locking up together, I would guess.
You know what? Here this is going to sound kind of harsh, and I don't mean it to sound harsh.
I know where you're going.
I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest in what I believe here. And again, this is not a hateful thing. I'm really not trying to. But we can all agree that Ruby Riott is a very beautiful person in many ways, but there are other ways that she is not, right? She is a little bit different looking, which is not a bad thing. I'm really trying to not be a dickhead here. But I think that when you look at her aesthetically, and if you were to start her ground floor up, that maybe she might not make it, get accepted that quickly from ground floor up because of the aesthetics of her. Okay?
Right. So you think they just kind of shotgunned her right to the top?
I think they shotgunned her right to the top, put her right to where they think that she could meld in, get the crowd excited about her because she's in the most important storyline going on. To me, that's how you do it. To me, you say, okay, you're not a supermodel. We're going to put that out there right now. You're not a supermodel. You're a really great wrestler, and whatever else goes with that. You're pretty good on promos, et cetera, et cetera. We have to shotgun you to the top and put you with some big names and let them see you in work. Let them see you work with somebody who's either a better worker or right at the same level, but still high level, and that's going to get you over.
But what about Peyton Royce and Billie Kay? I mean, they were just absolutely absent from the show. She's been someone, especially Peyton Royce. I mean, she's someone that they've kind of been pushing as far as a heel woman on the NXT roster.
No,
I don't know. I would have liked to see her in there.
Well, I really think they were using this match so that Ember could get the belt off of Asuka without her taking the loss, and to further the Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross story. That's all it was for. But then when Ember got injured, they couldn't put the belt at the other two because that would make zero sense.
Which I predicted.
So they didn't have that second really, really high quality performer to help Asuka carry the other two broads, and it just came out kind of meh.
Yeah.
Broads, women.
Yeah, sorry.
Broad.
Sorry, I'm from New York.
Oh,
it's just natural.
Good job,
My
All in
bad.
the Family. Jesus.
On the board, these guys have any grades on here? John Estrada.
We didn't give grades.
Oh, we didn't do our grades. Let's do our grades.
I had a B minus.
B minus.
C.
I
mean, yeah.
C.
Right there.
Like you said, it was an okay match. I think it would have been a little bit better had Ember Moon been in it. There would have been a little bit more.
Yeah, the thing that
spots.
got me is Nikki Cross is this big crazy bitch that just is batshit nuts, but then a Pele kick put her down for the 3.
Right.
A regular Ruby Riott Pele kick.
I think Ruby Riott is awesome. First time I've gotten to see her and was impressed as JJ. And again, that's what I said. And Noah's saying that she's not my type. Look, all I'm saying here is that, let's be real, aesthetically, wrestlers look for the model types. And they're moving from that brand. That's all I was trying to say. I think Ruby Riott is fantastic.
I am with JJ. He says, I don't give a fuck how attractive the women are or if the guys get to go eyes for them. If they're phenomenal wrestlers and have a passion for the business, then I care.
I completely agree. Please understand, I'm not being a dick here.
But not everybody else is going to agree. That's
but
the problem.
I understand the industry and what the people behind the scenes look for or have been looking for decades when it comes to the women.
Sure.
I mean, look at Tough Enough. The only reason Mandy Rose got as far as she did, she almost got cut once, but The Miz basically got on a soapbox for 10 minutes and talked about how gorgeous she was.
But she's a good worker now.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a good worker. But no,
she is a good worker.
You're right. It's tough. It's harder for the women. It's tougher for the women who don't have the supermodel looks to get elevated. So you have to put them in high profile situations.
Fair enough.
I want to see her grow. I do.
I do too.
Okay, but can I just say this real quick?
Do it.
I called it. The match.
What?
So I called
Asuka winning?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I did too. Did I pick Asuka? Where are our
I don't know.
picks?
Rob, you called all of them. You got them all right.
I was perfect. I called every match correctly.
Me and you got one wrong each.
Which one?
I got the Roderick Strong one wrong, and you got DIY wrong.
The ones that make you losers.
It's true. All right. So I guess if there's nothing else, we can move on to
what we got.
This one was weird.
Which match?
If we're going in order.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
He's gotta puke!
Go ahead.
That's good.
Yeah.
We had Bobby Roode taking on the challenger Hideo Itami, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever brought this up before, but remember how you used to have issues with when they gave Cassius Ohno a title shot when he first came back?
I do.
This was kind of felt like the same thing.
I agree.
Right?
And we both, none of us like it.
No. Mm-mm. Well, I mean, I actually like the first one just because I'm a Cassius Ohno fan, but that's neither here nor there.
This match.
This match
right
specifically, yes. I think all of us were on the same page.
Yes, we all know you're a Chris Hero, Mark.
Yeah,
we know.
Okay.
Well, here's the problem is with Hideo and even Ohno to an extent. Hideo got this match because of his reputation before NXT. He is still Kenta in everybody's eyes because he hasn't done enough as Itami to warrant this match.
Right.
So he got it. His all name ID from his past. They could have worked somebody with Bobby Roode and built somebody up to deserve this match, and it would have been a better match with somebody who had personality, won over the crowd, either bad or good, and had the match with Roode. Hideo was, I'm sorry, he'll never have it. He'll never have it.
For this match, for Hideo, I think they only put him in there because, A, he's been there a while. Obviously, he wasn't going to beat Roode.
No.
And they had not a lot of time to really build a proper feud with somebody new. And Rob scared the fuck out of him. Did you get him?
He got him.
Nice. But they only had, 5 weeks between, 6 weeks between SummerSlam and this TakeOver. So they went with the name. And then they're going to have 3 months between the next one. So now they're going to build the proper feud where we're going to be more, we're gonna have our feelings in it, and we're really gonna get behind somebody one way or the other.
Sure.
But this match, to me, I mean, I gave it a C-.
C-. Rob, what was your grade?
Oh yeah, easily. The only reason why it doesn't get a D is going to be Bobby Roode. So yeah, C-, and that goes in for the booking as well. Just all together. Just
right.
Sure.
I love the way he sold the arm injury pretty much the entire match.
Sure.
I mean, that was good. I mean, it's Bobby Roode, but this is the first match he's had on the main or on NXT where I looked at it and wasn't impressed.
Yeah, even when Tommy tries to do like some kind of funny face mocking stuff, it's boring. It's like, yeah, don't even try to do Bobby's thing. You're not even close. You're not funny.
It didn't really come across. And then he missed the kick. Yeah. So I don't know. For me, the whole thing, I don't know. It did feel forced, and I really just don't see Hideo Itami doesn't really, for me, it just doesn't really fit into NXT. Like, he doesn't really have any kind of character. And what'd you say? It was 6 weeks? 6 weeks in between? So they reintroduce his character and just kind of throw him at us and say, here, care about this guy. He's challenging the guy that you really love. Here you go, and just giving us all these packages from the past where it just
exactly
it did not come across well. They still didn't really give any kind of personality towards him, so I just was not connected.
Yeah, they just figured that his name in Japan and his finishing move would carry him into the people caring about
that
the
was
match.
3 years ago. He signed over in December 2014. I mean, he changed his name. He hasn't been Kenta for a very long time.
Exactly.
Now. I don't know. I think actually for Hideo Itami, I'll just say, I mean, I think it's just a little bit too late for him. I really don't see where he goes from here. What if he goes? I mean, they're going to bring him to the main roster.
No, I think
at this point,
I don't know. I think he goes back to NJPW.
So do I.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the ones where they tried, and it just maybe not because of either it just the timing and injuries. I mean,
I think they'll try one more time because they've invested so much money in him already.
Well, I think this run, if he gets hurt or if they try this and nothing else comes of it, I think that's it.
I don't know. I think this match here, I think everybody was still high on his name ID, and this match here was kind of the test. Okay, will it get over? And the fans are now going, no, it didn't get over. Thank you for bringing him in. It was fun try, but no, it didn't get over.
No.
No.
Okay, so. Moving on.
Well, lots of D's.
Yeah,
C's,
I'm sorry.
D+. Hitman says D+. JJ says C. It was a decent decent little match, but the crowd was way more interested in being cunts and chanting for some straight edge asshole when Adami did his. I didn't hear all that.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't hear all that. So I don't know.
Estrada gave it a B-, but that was more for just Bobby Roode carrying.
Estrada is an Adam guy, so
that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He's a Carmen guy.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to our main event of the evening.
Oh, I gotta find it. Let me find a good one here.
Yeah, get a good one. Hey, Vince Russo, I appreciate you chiming in.
Yeah.
Awesome. We had our champions, AOP, defending their belts, their tag team titles against #DIY. And, yeah, boys. I mean, it was a great match.
I need to make myself a big bowl of crow and just eat it.
Why is that?
Because I've been spitting that, here's the moment where DIY finally gets pushed to the main roster. And obviously that was never in the cards. Mm-hmm. And they moved on to something that I think is actually better.
So do I. I mean, before we get into it, which one of you guys wants to start?
I'll go.
Match grade.
Match grade, I gave it a solid A. It was more towards a B, but the Ciampa turn at the end raised it a whole nother letter grade for me.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, nobody saw that coming.
But the fact, I think you said it before we went on the air, the fact that they had this match specifically as the main event, couldn't we kind of see just because, I mean, or I think it was you, Rob, you said that how are they going to have that turn and then have a match afterwards?
As far as
Ciampa turning on Gargano.
It had to be the main event because you can't have the biggest pop mark-out moment of the night is that turn. And then you would follow that with Bobby and Itami. Oh, my. No, that would be
right. I think that reaction would have been even worse than they already received for the Itami match.
Right, but I mean, most people probably thought they made that the main event because of the fact that it was a ladder match.
There's going to be broken ladders everywhere. They can't clean up the shrapnel. Right.
There was lots of excuses why, and then the fucking turn happened.
Right.
You're like, oh, okay.
Which brings me broken ladders brings me to.
I was confused by it.
Brings me to addressing Bob real quick. Bob was all bitchy on. I don't know if it was on one of our shows or on a text thread or whatever, saying, "Oh, the fucking match. How was that match with the wooden ladders that were fake to be metal?" First off, nobody ever said that the ladders in these matches have to be aluminum. No one ever said that. Second off, they took some wooden ladders and they painted them up nice and pretty, and they broke people through them. I don't think that was. It's not like they were landing on cushions. It's still a fucking wooden ladder. I don't care.
I mean, plus those aluminum ladders, they're cheap as fuck. Like you get a little bit of pressure out of them and they're bending. It's not like I think it would be a harder material than them cheap ass fucking aluminum ladders.
Well, one way or the other, I think my point here is I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
No, who cares? I mean, it's still they're still going through something and making putting their body at risk. I mean, whether or not it doesn't make any.
No.
What?
I would.
No. No, JJ. No.
What?
He says Ciampa was getting Roman Reigns heat when he turned on Gargano. It was heartbreaking. No, sir. No. Gargano was getting heel heat from a devoted fan base.
Ciampa, you mean?
Ciampa, I'm sorry, was getting heel heat from a devoted fan base. Roman Reigns gets booed because we don't want him there. We want to see Ciampa on the roster. We want to see this rivalry. We just played into the oh no, you're turning on him. Oh my God, I can't believe it's happening. I love these two. Boo, boo. With Roman, it's fuck, he's coming out.
Yeah. So fucking Roman's here.
Yeah, there is zero comparison between the two or the situations. No.
Right. This should have been Ciampa's character all along because he was the Sicilian psychopath on the Indies. Just a crazy guy that would just do all these knee strikes and stuff. I mean, that's what he was always intended to be. And if you watch it, halfway through the beatdown, like Gargano's like putting his head on his shoulder and like Ciampa's looking at him, looks like he's about to rub his head, and then picks him up, beats him some more.
His emotions were so awesome.
And then when he put Gargano through the tables, he sat on the announce table and just stared at Gargano like he was sad about it.
Yorkie brought up a good point. He said that the way the logo flashed at the bottom, right before the turn.
Yeah.
Like you thought it was going to be
like
done.
Like the show was over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they played that well.
Yeah.
They really and I tell you what, when Ciampa was sitting on the thing, the announcer's table at the end, there was more emotion in his face that was in the entire Bobby Roode to Tommy match.
Yes, 100%.
That's true.
Yeah,
100%.
But the match, going back, the match itself, AOP, I didn't think it was a horrible match. I mean, I gave it a B. For a ladder match, it was good. They had a lot of cool little ladder spots, which is what you want in a ladder match. They had some good kind of almost false finishes. When Ciampa tried to run up the ladder when he's holding it, that was really cool. Kind of shades of a la like X Division type stuff with that. I
think Kofi's done something like that.
Well, I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure he has. But no, as a ladder match, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why a lot of people are hating on this. I thought it was a good match. I mean, yeah, you're not always going to get Edge and Christian in the Hardys.
Well, see, the biggest problem I have, especially when it comes to AOP, is the fact that the big one got German suplexed through the one ladder when it broke. It looked like wood, and then the smaller one got the meet in the middle treatment from Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they just get up, beat the fuck out of them, and then like just run up the ladder like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
They no-sold the fuck out of the last 5 minutes,
So
which is despicable.
They pulled a Tyler Bate, is what you're saying.
Yes. Well, no, I think Bate was far superior at selling than that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh really? So you think he sold more than
AOP? AOP doesn't sell.
Well, you know what? But Rob brought up a good point too. That
I did.
That you did actually. That AOP that they're monsters and that they can no sell.
Yeah.
That it makes a little bit more sense.
A monster can no sell.
I agree. I agree to some extent.
Yeah, but not that at the end.
In that context,
at least go up the ladder a little bit slower, not like full speed run up that motherfucker.
I don't know, man. I remember being in kind of a situation where I had to like run 3 miles for my PFT in the Marine Corps, right?
Right.
I'd run 3 miles, and I'm not a runner, so I'd get a mile and a half into it, or 2.5 miles into it. And I'm fucking winded. I'm dragging ass. I'm fucking tired, and I can see the finish line, and I just go, fuck it. Throw the jets on. If I throw up when I'm done, I'll throw up when I'm done. But for that last half mile, I'm going to look like I'm not phased at all because I'm going at it, because the adrenaline kicks in. So I'm saying in that situation, yeah, they were beat up, they were bruised, but they are monsters, one, so recovery can be quick, but two, they could see the finish line. And all they had to do was lock this move in, knock the boys out, climb up, grab it, and stand tall. Don't stand there hunched over like, oh, I barely made it. They stood tall like a champion should. That's my counter to you.
Right. I mean, I see that. I would have maybe liked this a little bit more.
No, that's fine.
Maybe.
I mean, some people.
I'm not saying sell it like The Rock selling a stunner.
Yeah.
But I mean, give me a little something, like a little bit of limp, maybe.
Some people like more sauce and meat in their spaghetti. Some people like more meat and sauce in their spaghetti. I get it.
I like both. Double both.
I like meatballs.
Yes, you do.
I like turtles. Anywho,
we get some meatloaf.
There you go. Actually, you know what? Who else? Someone brought it up. A good point on the board too. My wife, Candice LeRae. She's also on her Twitter. She's also playing along with the injury angle as well, and she's just kind of posting things on there, just saying that Gargano is, that he's selling the injury more or less.
And Ciampa's keeping up kayfabe too, because he moved out of their apartment because he was living with Candice and Gargano.
That's right.
He sent a picture of it. I don't know if he actually moved out. It was a picture of an empty room.
So what if Ciampa does a promo next week on NXT to cut on why he broke up? Then Candice comes out with massive fanfare, walks in there and slaps the shit out of him. Now that's a storyline I want to see, boys and girls.
There you go.
Yeah.
Introduce a new character to NXT, and we also get some more layers to their rivalry.
Yes.
But we wouldn't see Brian for a month, though.
No, you won't. No. Once G gets on TV, no.
He'd be in his room, just Kleenex everywhere.
Oh, fuck off. No, because I'm crying because of how amazing everything is that I'm watching.
No, because all them Kleenexes are stuck together.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Real quick, John Estrada says AOP don't have to sell against DIY. They need to learn before they have a match at Heavy Machinery. I think selling with Heavy Machinery comes natural because there's no way you take a bump from those boys and you don't feel it.
Not from Big Dozy.
Yeah. No.
All right. So
Stakes and weights.
Stakes and weights.
If there's nothing else on the board, then we can move on and we can we'll gloss over what they aired last night on the episode of NXT because, like we said, there were all the matches that were taped at the Allstate Arena before Takeover. Ah, yes. So we had our man Allister Black in a match against Kurt Hawkins, which was I think it was an interesting pairing having Kurt Hawkins wrestle on an NXT show.
Well, they wrestled at main event a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So they already introduced to each other. Plus, Kurt Hawkins is supposedly like the star maker or whatever.
That's true. He had tweeted out that he was the one that was traded for Jinder Mahal.
Really?
Yeah, I guess that happened. I don't fucking remember during the draft.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, they were both jobbers, and all of a sudden Jinder went.
Right.
Whoever you're following on Twitter, I don't know. Whatever.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, we were having rumors that Aleister Black might be going right up soon. He loses to Kurt Hawkins.
That's because Aleister has it. Yes, he has it. Look, I was talking. I don't remember. It was probably Adam because I always watch this with Adam, and he's useless. But he really is. I always have to watch it again because he talks so fucking much.
Oh my God, yes.
But the thing about him that Aleister impresses me is, in persona, he seems as big as the Undertaker. But you don't really, when you look at him, he's like, wait, no, he moves and he's about the size of a cruiserweight.
Right.
It's amazing how he can, his persona it towers over his competition when it physically doesn't.
It's true.
He's only about 6'1", I want to say.
Is he even that tall?
I don't know. I don't think.
Pull out your magical phone.
Yeah, let's see.
Magic phone of Golda.
The internet.
Takes no time. He'll have it in 2 seconds.
Beep, 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 beep,
1, 2.
Yeah, he is 6 foot even.
6 foot even.
And 205 pounds, right at the cruiserweight mark.
Put him at 205. No, don't put him at 205.
No.
Stay away as far as you can.
Stay away.
All right, so that was a great match. We don't have to give grades for these, but we saw, and actually, Golda, you know what? You brought up a good point before we went on that this match specifically, Aleister Black showed a little bit more personality.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, the little wink he did towards the end, he was getting kind of upset that Hawkins was giving him more of a challenge than he'd like, so he did the big throat slash, which he hasn't done that at all.
He did a big arms open presentation to the crowd.
Right.
Yes, he hasn't done any of that yet.
No, so it's good to see that he's adding a little bit more flavor to
because
his
a couple weeks
gimmick.
ago, Rob said he wishes he had his moment to finally get on the mic and speak. Maybe that's kind of his way of doing it without actually getting on the mic and speaking.
I've changed my mind. I don't want.
He doesn't need to talk.
I don't want to hear him talk right now. Not until it's absolutely necessary.
If he can just walk around, just beat people up, hold his arms out once in a while, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
there we go.
I mean, eventually they have to add a layer to the onion, right?
Right.
They have to. But for right now, And I don't think, somebody said on the board, I don't think he'll ever be NXT champion. I don't think they need him to be in NXT.
No, he's not going to be in NXT more than 6 months, I say.
I don't think so.
He's got too much, man.
I've been wrong a lot.
We'll see. And next we had the debut of the Velveteen Dream.
Ooh, my man.
Against, did we get his name?
I don't have a fucking
I put
Robert. It was Robert something.
Jobber Uno.
I remember he's got my name. Great.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I know, Rob, you were pretty high on this match,
dude. I'm gonna tell you, and this is I have a whole bunch of big bowls of crow right in front of me. I'm chowing down on that crow, man.
Gluten-free crow.
Gluten-free, GMO, all that shit. But I mean, when Patrick Clark first came out, I was bitching. I was bitching about him, and mainly because there were a lot of talent that I wanted to see elevated that had been there longer than him, and he seemed like he got a fast track to the front.
Yeah, but was that a couple weeks ago when he was on the NXT show?
Oh no, he made his first debut probably a few months ago.
He's been there for. He's been on TV before.
So I remember I was doing one of the Takeover shows, one of the Takedown shows,
right.
and we all slammed him.
Yeah.
About how he's not ready and this, and all of us need to be eating a big bowl of crow.
Right, because I'm gonna tell you, we saw him at the house show here in Charlotte, and then we saw him on this show. And look, I'm a Patrick Clark mark. He is playing his character perfectly. He's good in the ring, a little stiff sometimes, but he's good in the ring. His sells are great. He taunts the crowd fabulously.
That elbow.
His look and that elbow. Oh my God, what a fucking elbow.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Like he's almost straight in the air like Superman as he's coming through with the elbow.
Yeah, it was pretty massive.
I don't think he'll ever have the NXT title, but if they do a secondary belt, he's a shoo-in for it.
Yeah, because he's must-see TV. Like the way he struts around, throws his arms in the air, so fucking arrogant, and he doesn't have to say a word. It oozes off of it.
Yeah, and let's be honest, he's jacked the fuck up too.
Yeah, he is.
Even at NXT, he was a big guy, and he got bigger.
Oh, he got a lot bigger. Yeah, I'm eating the crow. I'm a Patrick Clark fan. So
very good to hear that. I enjoy that he's actually he's a really big character. I mean, we just talked about Allister Black having kind of almost a larger than life gimmick or character. I mean, this kind of almost feels it too. I mean, it's very believable.
It is. And when we saw him at that live show, Brian, and we all were there,
right?
I think in that match he had a match with a Tommy, and he was what everybody was watching that match, not a Tommy.
Yeah,
nobody gave a Tommy. He might as well have been a jobber.
Yeah,
honestly,
true.
And especially at Tommy's gear in that match was horrible. He was wearing like just plain black trunks,
mustard yellow, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah,
gross.
But
man.
Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream.
Yes,
Velveteen Dream.
Well done.
Very good.
Well done.
And then we had our main event, boys. Hold on to your freaking butts. We had Drew McIntyre defeated the challenger Wesley Blake. And
you mean hold on to our asses as we run away because this match was so horrible?
Yeah. I feel bad for Drew McIntyre to have this match.
I mean, if he's as good as he's supposed to be, he should have been able to carry a fucking no-name jobber to at least a watchable match.
Ooh, Wesley Blake? Oh, he's not a no-name jobber.
Exactly. That's how bad Wesley Blake is.
Oh, I see.
But that's to Drew McIntyre. If he's that good, he should be able to carry anybody to at least something that's somewhat watchable. That was not watchable.
If I'm in that crowd in Chicago, I'm thankful that I got a whole pay-per-view coming after that match, because if that was my main event, I'd be pissed.
Oh,
yeah.
No. I mean, Drew McIntyre's match last week where he got his eyes shined up was 100 times better than that piece of shit was last night.
I'm sorry. Look, I really don't. I don't like hating on people. I really don't.
Me either.
I want everybody who comes in there to be awesome because it's more entertainment for me. But I'm sorry, Blake to me just doesn't. He needs to be doing bingo halls and armories. I don't. He is not at the par. He'll never do. This is a ceiling. He hit a ceiling on this show.
I mean, he's not even good enough for some of the indies I go to. Like, he wouldn't even make a PWX show.
Well, it's weird. I mean, some guys are like that, where they'll be in the WWE system, and then once they get released, you never hear from them.
No.
And I mean, maybe, I don't know, he could be one of those guys, but I mean, that's kind of getting down the line.
You know what he is he's a Tully Blanchard. And I don't want to insult Tully Blanchard here, okay?
Right.
Tully Blanchard's awesome. But Tully was really only anything when he was with somebody, when he was either in a tag team or in a faction.
Right.
Blake was decent with Murphy, especially because they had Alexa. They had a psychology, and they worked well together. It was decent. Him as a standalone performer, his gimmick is boring and dated. He's not really that dynamic and exciting in the ring. He's not big enough to be a big cowboy bruiser. You know, so what exactly is he doing?
I mean, on house show circuit, he had a tag team partner because they faced like Heavy Machinery or something. I was reading results.
Right.
Before.
Who was it? Do you know?
There's nobody I ever heard of before. It was somebody that like hasn't debuted yet. There's a lot of guys that haven't came out.
I just think there were a lot of other options for. I mean, I would rather say Drew McIntyre versus fucking Oney Lorcan.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been a decent match.
Almost
didn't
wasn't
that
on
already
the fucking
happen?
card.
Didn't they already have a match?
Did they? I don't remember.
Yeah, he beat the.
And it was a
fuck
great
out of him.
match.
Yeah.
I think it was an awesome match.
Yeah, but it was Drew's first match, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there's other talent that you could have
Sure.
put in there.
I agree.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Blake. I'm sorry.
I mean, wouldn't you rather see Almas? He wasn't even on anywhere
No,
near Takeover.
I don't want Almas anywhere near Drew right now because Almas has his own thing going on. I don't want to ruin that. I want to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to see Almas.
I
mean, he wasn't on Takeover or last night. That's kind of shitty.
I do not disagree.
He's one of my favorite people at NXT right now, and
Right.
he just was nowhere near anywhere.
That's true.
And you still have dicks on these papers?
Yes.
Yes, JJ.
I do.
Oh, yeah. JJ, yes, Blake is the guy who had the kid with Sarah from Tough Enough, and you can tell because he has a dad bod. So go ahead. Yeah.
That's true. And they didn't advertise anything for next week, for next week's episode of NXT, correct?
Bobby Roode celebration.
Okay.
That's all I remember seeing.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have Monday night, we have our Rossum show with you two fine gentlemen.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to Monday yet, our last Monday show, please go back and listen to it. We debuted our Marksterpiece Theater.
Oh, Marksterpiece Theater.
Ooh.
Woo!
Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it
Woo!
back. There you go. That's
nice.
Yeah, there you go.
I pulled it back, but not far back enough.
Brother, you're getting too close to the mic. You're picking it out. I don't know what the hell you're saying. I think I'm going to take a sip of my cup of coffee. Yeah.
If you guys didn't check it out yet, please go back and listen to it. Do you know around what time frame of the show
In the show,
40 minutes in?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was after we did the Big Ass 5, then we did Mail Call, and then we did it.
Okay. Yes. Go back
I'd
and
say
watch
about 30
it.
minutes in, I would say.
And so we're gonna think of a new This Might Suck segment for Monday. So we'll see what we come up with.
Very good. And then Tuesday night, we also have our Tuesday Night Smartdown show with newly fathered Mr. Adam Baum.
The angriest man in the world.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
He has been pretty sassy lately.
Yeah, no sleep, baby, and lifestyle changes. He's he's been a little testy.
Oh, yeah.
Little testy.
Be sure to listen to that because we get to watch our World WWE SmackDown Champion, La Maharaja, Jinder Mahal.
La Maharaja.
There we go. I can't say it.
Maserati.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't afford that.
Cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Final takeaways, guys. We're going to start wrapping this one up. So on the board, if you guys want to start throwing them up, any takeaways from NXT Takeover Chicago, or if you have any bone to pick about the NXT episode that they aired last night, please feel free, throw it up there.
I will say Noah wants us to do a scene from The Big Lebowski, and I think that might be a go, especially one of the bowling alley scenes.
But you pissed on my rug. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! I don't bowl on the Sabbath. Oh,
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. God damn it.
Oh, that'd be great. But the Takeover, I loved it. I've been looking forward to this show today all week, even though I want to fall asleep because today's my infusion day. I had my first Crohn's infusion, so hopefully I'm on the way to being better and not hobbling around like Brian used to.
And then we can stop hearing the sap story from Golda.
That's right.
God, Golda, just get healthy so you can shut the fuck up. Please.
I'll always have more sad stories. I've got so many in the bank. But yeah, Takeover was great. I was excited. I loved Backlash. I loved with the whole gender thing. I mean, I'm excited. Wrestling right now has me intrigued.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Oh, hey, and I just want to welcome to the board, Mr. 200.
Mr.
Stone
200.
Age Steve freaking Awesome.
Stone Age Steve Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Steve Awesome says that Marksterpiece Theater is the 45-minute mark.
Okay.
There we go. And Roadie Rob, final takeaway.
So if you didn't know, we hit 200. We got 201 subscriptions now at 200. Steve has put himself to go through a table, sir. And Steve will be going through a table in this. I guess he wants to do 3D. I don't like it. I don't like it
either.
But it's his choice. It's his choice. I mean,
we'll have to practice it.
Hey, look, he's at that age where he can choose how he wants to die. It's okay.
That's true.
So
maybe that's what this is.
So thank you for that. My final thought is I would just like to see more development for the next Takeover. I mean, it was a good pay-per-view. It ended up being more than I thought it was going to be. It was what I didn't think it was going to be. But I would like to see more development for the next cycle. And I would like to see the Street Profits on the motherfucking television.
Let's get them going.
What the fuck?
Red shoes, white shoes.
Yeah. What in the hell?
Red Solo Cup.
Final thoughts real quick for JJ. Final thoughts. Sorry if I got you mad, Rob. No, JJ, look, man, you didn't get me mad. Really. Nobody. It's cool. We're good.
Yeah, you're not Adam or Medine.
Yeah.
So.
Don't never take anything I say on here personal. It's good. What I meant to say was when Ciampa turned on Gargano, the amount of boos he got was like Roman. I was there live, and that's what it sounded like. Okay, if you're talking as far as like DB levels, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the literal loudness of it.
But the emotion definitely was different.
Right.
Yeah. But no, JJ, good to have you, man. Really, really nice to have you.
Yes.
On the board.
Very true.
John Estrada
yes, thank you.
said the NXT recap episode was stupid as fuck. Why recap Takeover? I obviously have the network. If I'm watching NXT and I can go back and watch the event, Takeover was decent. NXT sucked.
I don't think NXT sucked. It's what they do.
This is one of the better recap shows I've watched after Takeover in a while. Usually they're pretty horrible. This one was actually watchable.
Yeah.
Because we had Velveteen Dream, we had Aleister Black.
Right. I think the main event maybe left a little to be.
If it was anybody but Wesley Blake, I think that's just what ruined it for us.
I lost my words.
This whole show was about Drew, Velveteen, Aleister, and recaps. That's all it was. If you were looking for anything more than that, then there was nothing. Yeah, you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, even I guess the only real thing that they had that was kind of storyline driven was the promo that they had with Ember Moon. But other than that, it was just matches that they had before Takeover.
Right. Final thought for Noah. I'll make a prediction right now. Pete Dunne will be world champ on either show within 4 to 5 years. Also, fuck Joe Troller.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And my final takeaway, guys, like you, I mean, it was an enjoyable takeover, but I mean, really, there was no real emotion that was tied to it. It was kind of forced. But now, how much time do we have left until? Now we have till SummerSlam. So now
unless they announce another one in the middle, like they might.
I don't think they will.
I hope not. I feel like this big Brooklyn show needs the full 3 months.
I feel like they would have announced it by now because they would have had to sell tickets.
No, they would have announced it by now. It's got to be. Yeah,
well, the last one they announced after WrestleMania.
I think though, even with 3 months though, I think they need to start using their house shows to help build storylines because they're not going to do it all in the shows.
Right.
But I mean, it was an enjoyable show to watch. And I really didn't have a problem with the NXT episode that they aired last night. Like we said, it was just there were the matches that were before Takeover, and it was what it was. Nothing really to kind of be excited about as far as, what are they going to do next? We'll have to wait until next week to see that when they start developing new storylines.
It is kind of a massive refresh, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because this was still, I mean, there was a little bit of carryover from, I guess, well, you could say the women's match. I mean, Asuka is she's still going to be tied up with those women. I mean, in some capacity.
She'll move on. I mean, Nikki and Ruby, they're locked in.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Ember, out of that.
Ember and Asuka, I mean, they're going to still kind of be locked. But that's just because of injury. It's
but a whole new tag team direction because DIY is going to do their brand new storyline, which could bring Candice into the mix.
Mm-hmm. Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery. Well, yeah, possibly. Roddy and Eric Young, I don't see any moving forward with that. I really don't.
No. That's it. That's got to be it.
Aleister Black hasn't started anything with anybody. Nope. Velveteen Dream has debuted. Drew McIntyre hasn't really had a rivalry yet. Atami just showed that he can't go.
Yeah.
So, and Bobby needs a new contender. So everything is wide open but the women's division.
Sure. Yep. And your boy Almas. Nothing for him yet either.
I can't wait to find out what the fuck's up with him.
But, yeah, I mean, this was a great weekend for wrestling. I enjoyed it. This show is fun also. Board, thank you guys very much for joining us. This was episode 154. We're getting up there. Stevie's at 201 subs, so now he can go through the fucking table, which is awesome. Rob, you said that you were eating crow all show.
I ate a lot of crow.
You ate a lot of crow?
I ate a lot of crow.
I am going to eat a banana, and we are going to get the fuck out of here.
All right, Austin Aries.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Go away, fat man.